Welcome to the Astral Academy, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Today's gonna be a fun session, everyone. We're diving straight into it. Because today is the Astral Academy's final session before the giant Cosmicara fight that is happening next week. We're currently plotting with everyone, but it's looking like we've got a time set. We've got a 9-hour stream planned for the entire Cosmicara battle arc. So today is going to be a fun preparation stream with the Astral Academy crew. What exactly they are plotting, what exactly they are preparing, because in a matter of hours within the Astral, a threat stirs, and Io's fate hangs in the balance, influenced and protected by these would-be saviors. Cosmicara stirs. Let's go ahead and see what our crew is doing.
Canonically,
Hello.
Gideon has no preference.
Greetings.
Oh, hello.
Greetings. Hey. How y'all doing?
Well,
Doing... Was that Criken? No, how whoa, it's good. Missed you guys last week. Sorry we weren't able to do some D&D. Had some personal things that need to be taken care of, but they have been taken care of, and now things are going wahoo, wahoo, yippee, going swell for me. And I hope you guys have been doing well too. So, all right, let me go ahead and get the screen set up because we've got a lot to talk about today. As I've told you guys, and as I've told chat as well, today is going to be a more of a probably smaller but a very important stream, because today's session is the final session before the fight against Cosmicara.
Before we murder a baby.
Before you murder, before you murder a baby, that's essentially like this giant eldritch horror, I guess is the best way to describe it, as you've seen everything that you've dealt with. There's been some bumps along the way. Some lives have been lost, but you press on and you have gained a great amount of power, of influence, of control. And yeah.
Who died? Someone died?
Well, Levin
Okay.
died. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You're just like, you're like anyone else?
technically, I died too.
Yeah, Criken
No.
also
Technically, I
died.
guess.
Yeah, Tremor died a little bit. Yeah, exactly. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and recap a little bit of what happened the previous session. First, let me go ahead and get you on the right screen and load you in as you have returned back from the station. From the Auroran station that was hovering over the Jupiter Nova, over the orbit of Io. The goblins are still there as they had some unfinished business to do, but you were able to teleport back. Was there anything else before you actually teleport back? Was there anything else you guys would like to do at that station? That to either assist your own goals or for the goals that are going to be happening in the future.
Probably just bookkeeping, right? We need to sort out these things that we acquired.
Mm-hmm. So for the loot that you have all acquired, let me go and see what it is. Do you all remember what was given to you from the previous session? I was trying to see if we documented that anywhere. I know I did somewhere. I know that the robe of the Archmage is for you guys, and I believe you found some Ion Stones as well. Oh, that's right. I remember exactly what you guys got. All right, so please recap with me. If there's anything I've missed from what you, either your personal notes or your private notes or anything of that nature. Oh, there it is, Brizzy. Jesus Christ, you got it.
Nice.
My notes.
Bless Brizzy.
This is not including Cloak of Displacement that Clarent took.
Oh yeah, Clarent absolutely took the Cloak of Displacement.
The concentration thingy.
The concentration thingy?
Yeah,
Oh
what is
yes,
concentration?
the spell draw. That is correct.
Oh, the spell draw, right?
Yeah. You guys need to figure out who exactly has that. Hold on one second. I'm gonna do some sound adjustment because Brizzy, you're a little quiet on my side, but I can adjust.
Ooh, I've just made myself a little bit louder.
Okay, then you are perfect. Everything is hunky dory and ready to go.
Great.
Okay, so yes, that is correct. You have the concentration spell. Let's first start off with that and do that bookkeeping, that loot keeping, and then figure out what you all are going to be doing before the big battle next week. So first things first. The concentration drive. This will grant you a permanent ability to create a concentration drive anywhere around the field that you can then place a secondary concentration spell into, and it will be able to maintain that influence. But it can only be given to one of you. Since Tremor was the one that drew from the creature, ultimately Tremor gets to decide who that is given to. So with that, feel free to discuss.
All right, who wants it? I'm taking first bidding at 200 gold.
I think the smartest.
We have like no gold to our name.
You don't use money.
I don't really mind about any of the items. I think logically it'd be smartest on Owl because I have access to the most spells.
Yeah, we need to think of all the situations we could use it.
That's true. So I would just pick it around. I'd just use the spell around that. Like it'd just be a group thing. Also, I have Bless, which I can use it for.
No, I think that's a wise idea. I mean, having access to Bless, Bane, that bubble spell.
I don't have Bane. Bless is only because I chose Magic Initiate. But I would
putting concentration thing in the bubble so you're allowed to leave it. Would that work?
I don't think so.
As long as so when you place the concentration spell within the drive, it still has to follow all the limits of the concentration spell. Okay. So like ranges, if it has to be a visual range, things of that nature, it then becomes focused upon the drive itself. So if it is, for example, a concentration spell that requires you to see the target and then you place it behind like a concrete dome, for example, the concentration drive would not be able to work. However, if you place it behind an opaque dome that can still visibly see the creatures and is still within the range of the concentration drive, it would still follow it would be able to work at that point. It still needs to...
Opaque is the opposite of what you think it is, but yes.
Oh, sorry, opaque, not opaque, transparent. My apologies. Opaque to me feels like a very transparent word, but that
sounds like a transparent word.
Yeah, but that also is because I'm big dumb, so it's okay. It's all right. School wasn't my strongest suit when it came to like English and things of that nature. So, but yeah. Anyways, continue. Yeah, feel free. And if there's any questions you have like about mechanics of those things, I will be happy to answer them for you.
I think Al or Zahani would be great candidates.
Those are my two votes too.
I'd be picking it mostly for the whatever spell we'd want to bring. I would prep. That's all.
I think
it'd be more of a
less is good for it because it doesn't require any of those other factors, right? It's just kind of like a consistent thing.
Yeah. And I can bring stuff like polymorph to turn Zahani.
Yeah,
anyway.
So Brett, you'd be able to put like polymorph in there, and then have polymorph.
Ooh, yeah, that might be a better idea because you could just polymorph me.
Yeah.
Keep it in
and
there.
Then, yeah.
Yep.
And then have access to all your other abilities.
That is correct.
Okay, I think Al gets it then.
That could be smart.
Yeah, that is correct.
Pick whatever spell we want to bring.
If the concentration is something that focuses, so with polymorph you can polymorph other people, correct?
Yeah.
As long as it follows that limits, you can absolutely create this this sort of like polymorph thing where you've got permanent monkey. Absolutely, 100%.
Sick.
100%.
We bestow the power onto Al.
All right. Al, you have received the ability of the concentration drive. This will become a class feature. You are free to add it to your character sheet, or I can add it for you. Simply the feature is, let me actually type this up for you right now. concentration drive. You are able to maintain concentration on a second spell. That requires a concentration focus. The drive has 50 HP. It has an AC of 15 and automatically fails dexterity saving throws. As far throws, otherwise, its saving throws are equal to the caster. The concentration drive must still fulfill all spell requirements as if it was cast by the drive itself. You may only create one drive which lasts 24 hours. You are able to create another drive after completing a long rest, which will destroy any previous concentration drive created. Feel free to word that any way you wish. If there's anything I said that is confusing about that, I will happily clarify.
Sure.
things
I'm
with
gonna
you.
reword that to 500 HP.
Okay,
I agree, I agree.
cool.
Does it have a movement speed?
It does not have a movement speed. It is idle.
Okay.
So a 0 movement speed, auto fails dex saves, but otherwise has the same saving throws as the one who creates it.
Can we physically move it around if we want to?
That's a great question. So essentially how the concentration drives were working is that they were part of the station itself, but obviously this would be a more mobile thing. So I would say, let me get you a weight right now.
Okay.
And also, what does it cost to cast it?
It is
just when I cast the spell?
You don't cast, yeah. So essentially, when you cast the spell, you can attach a concentration drive creation upon that, but it doesn't take like any additional slots. It's just something that you can do once a day, and then it refreshes on a long fresh.
Normal slots and components.
Yeah, that is correct. Nothing additional. So the concentration drive. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yes, I would say the concentration drive is 800 pounds. So it would not be something that you would be able to easily move around. But if you got the
I'll
strength
need Monkey
for
to
it,
lift that thing.
yeah, you could probably have Monkey move it around for you if you'd like.
Is it like the size of a refrigerator? Like what is?
It's essentially like a server rack of machinery. So it kind of would probably go up to like your like up to your neck. So you'd still be able to like stand over it or things of that nature, but yeah, essentially it is a hefty piece of machinery that you conjure.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. I haven't eaten today, so I'm doing that right now.
Yeah.
All right, what's
Same.
happening with, we had the ability to make weapon or armor +3 in quality. Did we decide something on that?
That is correct. You are able to make one piece of weapon or armor +3 if you so decide to do that.
Because we can't use armor.
So-
Exactly. So this would allow you to, if you have any sort of item that increases your spell attack by a certain bonus, you can actually have that be in place of that.
So we could transform Tremor's Death Sword into +3, right?
You can also do that. That is correct.
Oh my God.
You can also put on like a cloak. That's what
Yep.
the trimmer has.
Yep.
Like a
You can
+3
also
AC cloak,
do that as well.
Oh.
I will allow that.
which I think is honestly the best use of it.
Yeah, that's probably more important than
So wait,
Death
you can put on
Sword.
a cloak to do what? To
To make it +3. Like a cloak of protection +3.
oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of
fucking,
AC.
like legendary. So
Mm-hmm.
I have a +2 cloak already, so I think it would be better suited for someone else.
You've arrived at the end game. Yes,
So-
and
Even
this
if I
does
have a
not
cloak.
stack. Yeah, this doesn't stack, so this would be something. You can also apply it just on a piece of cloak to make it a cloak of protection +3.
Ooh.
Right. You basically make your own magic item. So Does anyone that's
Who has the lowest AC?
hurting for AC?
I
This would
have
be a good way to
11.
do it.
Yeah, I feel like I was gonna say I think Zahani has the lowest.
Yep.
Yeah, because this applies after Mage Armor too. Pretty sure.
It's just one of those things too where it's like, do you want to bring someone who's low, high, or do you want to make someone a tank? Like make someone the bait and say,
Yeah,
hey.
it does apply after major armor, so it stacks with it. That's actually so good.
I mean, that's what I've been doing so far. Is I had I mean, I could always like give Zahani my +2 and get a +3, but he has the same. He would have pretty much the same, I think, as me. You know, based on his.
Yeah, I would say it'd be better for you to get the +3, me the +2, because most of the time, if I'm up close, I'm not going to be in my base form anyways.
That's true.
You're in more danger of getting hit also.
Yeah,
'cause you're
I had
closer
my
in
eye on the Archmage robes for that reason, because it's more anti-magic, which is the one thing I'm still kind of weak to. But I would take the.
My only fear
the
with
cloak
that is if we stacked one person with all tanky items, I feel like it's kind of a downside
Yeah.
of D&D because it gets a bit scary.
Yeah.
That's why I thought Zahani should get the +3.
just as an emergency in case I am exposed, I guess.
Because I mean that's like what, like 18 AC by default without factoring anything else.
Also, keep in mind when you do if you do apply it to make your own cloak of protection +3, the baseline for D&D is a cloak of protection. It doesn't go any higher than +1, so this would be a custom item. Your AC would increase by +3, but your saving throws would remain at +1. Just FYI. Also, you get a +1 to bonus to saving throws, which is nice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, cloak of protection. You get +1 to saving.
Yep.
throws. I did not
I'm
know
gonna
that.
edit my sheet right now.
Okay,
So good.
all good. Yep. I'm actually going to go ahead and create the item right now, since that seems to be what you guys are looking for. So, allow me to do that. Or
Al, do you
actually,
have a cloak of protection at all?
Who hasn't got anything? Like, what
I've got a
magic
cloak of
items
protection
does everyone
+1.
I
I'm
have no
starting
cloak.
to think,
I have no armor.
what if Zahani got the robe of the Archmagi? Because that would. What it's? I wrote down 15 plus Dex mod. Is that your AC becomes 15 plus your Dex
Yeah.
mod?
that would be the baseline. That is correct.
So that would shoot up your.
That would be even more than a +3 cloak of
Yes,
protection.
exactly. So I think that is a bigger increase for you than getting
What's
the
your
plus
dex,
3.
Zahani?
1. It's just +1.
So your
Oh,
base
I have
would
a-
be 16 without.
Yeah.
I have a
And with the
+3
cloak
dex
of,
though.
Armor.
cloak of protection, it would only be 14. It's 2 more with robe of art magi.
But it also applies after on your mage armor, so
That is
you
correct.
start from there. So
What's everyone got in terms of like just straight magical items? Because I think we need to buff us up as a whole, right? So we need to make sure like everyone's got something which is like pretty buffy.
All I really have is my headband of intellect. Everything else in my wand.
Right. I have my Orb of the War Mage adding +1 to my attack spells and such. My anti-gravity boots. My tattoo across my head is a barrier tattoo, increasing my AC.
Is that an achievement?
And yes.
Okay.
And my whatever you just said, the headdress thing. The tiara.
Shit.
Oh, I also have that regenerating. That's right.
oh yeah, that was good.
I think what would be best for me actually is the Ion Stone that can increase, or not the Ion Stone, the Motherboard of Clear Thought, which increases intelligence +2, allowing to break the maximum of 20 because I already have maximum intelligence at the moment.
Then yeah, that'd be fucking very good if you can get 22.
Just so you know, in case you didn't, the motherboard is a one-use item. Once you've applied it to yourself, it is a permanent buff. It is not an item that you have to equip. So your
I was thinking out of all
intelligence
the
would permanently
characters,
be that.
It makes sense for you to have like an actual cybernetic implant. So I dig that.
I think that because Tremor has the highest dex out of any of us. I kind of am gonna push for him to get the cloak that is based on dex. Because he will he
Magister robe?
I
min-maxes
would
it the
ask
most,
if
and that
he-
speaks to my gamer.
I'd ask if he does that though to maybe look at some other magical items you got, Criken, and split them up a little bit.
Yeah,
But
I can.
I'm a bit worried because I've only got the headband, so like the Iron Stone doesn't do anything for me.
I can pass my my +2 cape to someone else. If I get the robes. 'Cause
I
robes-
would like to argue about the robe of the Archmagi because 15 plus Dex mod, already your standard armor class is plus your Dex mod. So you don't need to include that in the equation, I don't think.
That's fair.
Well, that's not true for other armor though, because like the heavier armor that you would get, like 15 armor, for example, only lets a certain amount of dex be added, or doesn't let any, like heavy armor. So
Right, we aren't wearing that, right?
right, so this is like actual armor plus dex mod, which usually you only get one or the other.
I think it'd be best on Zahani.
How does this robe interact with mage armor?
So the robe and mage armor would not stack because mage armor,
Armor.
yeah, exactly. So your robe would essentially set your base armor class. The robe also does the same thing, so they do not stack. So for mage armor, if you have a mastery of it, it's a plus. It sets your armor to what do we agree? 14 or 15? I can check on that too.
If you have mage armor and master, it's 14 plus dex.
Yeah. So if you have mage armor, it's already 14 plus dex. The robe of the Archmagi would be a 15 plus dex. So overall, it's a net bonus of +1, and you don't have to cast the spell. So.
And
I
the
think the
other
tough thing
benefits of the robe.
Oh yeah, and the other. I mean, yeah. I'm just speaking just purely on the armor class end of it.
All right. So setting aside the armor class, it also gives advantage on saving throws against spells and magic. And your spell save DC and attack bonus increase by 2. That is massive.
That's huge.
And yeah, so that's that. So
Yeah,
I
think the
suppose
robe not much
whoever
is-
is the
I wouldn't
most-
benefit
in
from
this
that last
business.
part much with my playstyle because it wouldn't
Right.
affect any monkey attacks.
right, so maybe you wouldn't be best.
Yeah.
The benefit of you wearing the robe, Zahani, is that you would be a giant ape wearing a bathrobe.
Sure.
I
Now
can
I'm
see it
convinced
actually.
again.
I want Zahani to have it now. No, I mean also, don't you blink
Road to an
sometimes,
ape's
Zahani?
size.
What was that?
Don't you blink sometimes, like out of existence?
Yeah, but I mean that's not. I don't think any of these effects would help that.
Yeah.
No, that's what I mean. I mean, like, I think that if you do blink out of existence, you won't even need to take advantage of saves. Like,
Yeah.
there'll be times when you're not even around. You're just kind of gone.
I think it would not be best on me.
Yeah.
I would be fine with just taking a cloak of protection. +2 or
I mean-
+3.
Yeah. Yeah, either one.
Because I
mean,
wouldn't
think you
benefit
take
from
the
most of
+3 if
these
you're not
end
getting the
effects.
robe.
Yeah. It's a deal.
Mhm.
Okay.
I want Al to get whatever he wants.
My only
Yeah, what does
fear,
Al want?
I'm set on one magic item at the moment, which is the headband, and I don't have much protection on the same as you 11.
I can give you my
AC,
+2 cloak if you need it.
If that does saving throws, then yeah. So the only thing I'm worried about right now is keeping the concentration up on the concentration drive. This will
Yeah. I'm fine.
however
Okay.
knock my thing up.
No, we
Cloak-
should-
Just FYI, cloak protection +2 will increase your AC by 2 and your saving throws by 1.
Right. Does that stack with the robe of the Magi, or?
Yes, it would.
Oh wait, hold on a minute.
Wait,
You can't get both. You can't get both, dude.
You can wear robes under capes. This is crazy.
Because
going to get
the
so sweaty.
the robe of the I love it. The robe of the Archmagi sets your AC to 15. The cloak of protection provides you an armor class bonus.
Yeah,
so
it's
they
not-
would stack.
Oh
So
my
they-
god.
Don't
Okay.
do it.
If you don't
Sorry.
want me to become unkillable, then I will give you my robes.
Sorry.
No, I think Joe's right. We have to spread the power around anyway.
Yeah.
Does anyone benefit from the Iron Stone of Intellect? Is anyone's intellect not 20?
My intellect's not
mine's
20.
Also, just sorry to step in. Let me know when you have come to like a final decision of how you want to divvy it up. I'll just be here literally eating food, so I won't be talking too much.
Nice.
Wait, what's yours, Shane, and what's your Shady?
Well, I don't think it wouldn't have effect on me because mine's only 19 because of my headband. My
he's
base,
already
my
got his-
normal int is actually lower, so it wouldn't do. I'd still be at 19 even if I used this.
My int is 18, and I have nothing buffing it right now.
Yeah, I would say you
Yeah.
definitely
My
get that.
normal int
I agree.
is 10.
Oh no.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Dude, final boss fight, someone's just gonna take your hat off and we're just gonna be like without any powers.
Wait, your
gonna
normal
be
int
monkey.
is 10?
Yeah,
He's the
I needed
worst.
this headband to speak.
Amazing. I love that for a wizard campaign. Like, just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Really smart. Looks around, puts on headband.
Yeah, God, I considered that, but I was like, that is risky. It also makes way more sense for Zahani.
It does. It makes perfect
True.
sense.
Absolutely love it.
Okay, Gideon to the Ion Stone. Me with the Motherboard of Clear Thought. Aldoris with the Concentration Drive. What are we
is the
doing?
concentration drive? Like, I would write if like Criken gets the robe and stuff, I'll take his previous cloak and stuff, because otherwise, my fear is that concentration drive is kind of like a nerf in a way. It'd be basically
Mhm.
one of my spell slots and stuff. I'm not really benefiting much from it.
Yeah.
So I just want something to
Yeah,
kind of
you can have the cloak.
keep my stuff up.
Oh, you get that cloak. I'm gonna get the +3 one. So I think we all have one now. Yeah. We've all
Yep.
split it up.
I don't believe I have anything like that.
Hmm.
I have one item, if that's what you meant.
Oh yeah, we all have one thing. I meant
Yes.
we all got
yes.
one from this list.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
How many
right.
brains?
All right.
Is that your final answers?
Yes.
Okay. So for the cloak of protections, if you want to go and refresh, it might take 5 to 10 minutes for you to find it, but you're able to search and apply them, and they should all work within D&D Beyond. I've added a cloak protection +2 and a cloak of protection +3 that you guys can go ahead and look up, add, and they will apply your AC bonuses and your saving throws accordingly as you go ahead and give all that stuff out. That handles the concentration drive and the magic items that you have found, correct?
I think so. Ion Stone brings me up to 20, right?
Yep.
Just do that manually. Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you equip it and attune it, it should already apply to your.
Oh, okay. It's
Character
in,
sheet.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yep. And if you need assistance with that, I can also do it for you if you'd like. All right. So, just to recap again. So, some bookkeeping of things that have happened right after the fight with the Inevitable, aka Lagos, the Inevitable Fate. After defeating the creature, as some friendly reminders, Al, you were able to configure the station so that it makes Gideon the administrator of what is defined as the Astral Academy. Because of the way that the Inevitable worked and how it cascaded through the system, you will soon come to discover, once you teleport back into the Astral Veil, as you are now surrounded, as you look around, by the monodrones that are now looking over. They will approach, almost as if they are almost in like a swarming pattern, honestly. What are you all doing to this response? You guys have just teleported back from the station.
Have we long rested?
Nope.
Do
Alright.
they
Oh,
look
boy.
dangerous?
They are literally just walking and approaching. If you'd like to know more potentially about their patterns, if they're in an aggressive hold, you're free to do an insight check. Al and Duck. Just checking to see if anyone else is doing. Al and Duck, they don't appear to be. They don't have the appearance of hostile, but they are gathering around.
No angry eyebrows over their
No.
singular eyes.
Yeah, they haven't taken a permanent marker and drew angry eyebrow over their monotone eye. They will, at that point, look up to the front, which would be Gideon.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome back from your journey. We are uncertain of things that have changed within our programming. Please provide clarification of our purpose.
And they will look at the 5 of you.
Gideon is literally dumbfounded because he's still like, that's why during the whole time, like canonically, I think someone just throws the Ion Stone at him because he's not like in that world when everyone was looting and stuff. He's just like trying to comprehend
like everything that's been going on.
He's supposed to be the academy leader now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's still in that world.
Yeah. Please identify yourself.
Gideon Snowfall.
Processing.
At this point, this one will approach to you, that saying that, and you will see the iris of its eye glaze over, and then the iris appears.
You are Gideon Snowfall. I have verified this with our academy database. Previously a student of this academy. It seems you've been given administrative access. Is it safe to conclude you are now the designation of headmaster of this academy?
Gideon would look over to Al just to see what Al looks like.
He's nodding his head like over and over to you.
Yes, I am now the headmaster.
Sorry, I'm just imagining this scene. The monodrones start looking at each other, and they're all just like,
oh yeah, okay.
Like they're actually like talking amongst each other, like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And they just,
yes, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, makes sense, yeah, okay, yeah.
This one will then look back up to you.
Well then, we welcome you back to the academy, Headmaster Gideon. If that is what you prefer your title to be.
Yes, that's fine.
Greetings, Headmaster. There's been some new allocations in our database. I understand we now have a secondary facility. Is that correct?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, all right, yeah.
Yep. Again, just still talking to each other. The monodrone once again looks back at you.
Okay, well, that is acceptable. So, Headmaster Gideon, with you now the administrator and the inevitable unit, our objectives seem to be...
And they look at each other quietly, and then look back to you.
Non-existent. It seems the inevitable wanted us to, I believe we could recall, protecting the academy. But with the inevitable gone, our purpose is unclear.
And then all of them look over to you.
What? So you can only recall that your objective was to protect the academy. That's it? Nothing else?
We have memory recollections of protecting the academy, but we are uncertain of what our previous objective was. With the administrator completely wiped out, and apparently their mainframe and mind database allocated to us, we shared the space with the Inevitable's mind, but never conceived it or kept it for our own. Thus, with the source of memories gone, we are uncertain of what our previous objective was. You, being administrator, as well as headmaster of the academy, we now follow your charge. Please designate us a purpose.
He says so casually.
Yeah. Well, for now, I think just continue keeping this academy safe, making sure the students are learning.
Shall we become educators or more security force?
Can you teach?
We are connected with the database of knowledge that apparently the Inevitable was keeping. within this very facility. It seems the inevitable was backing up all the knowledge from books, documents, everything the Academy has to offer. We believe we can reallocate our purpose to teaching if required, and be rather effective of it.
Well, if you all can't teach, why don't 3 of you become teachers and 3 of you remain as security?
You.
And you'll just kind of see these 3 walk up, and they will designate themselves as teacher. The monodrone that's talking to you will look up and say,
Well, that is plenty. 3 teachers are sufficient, and the 3 of us will become security. And what of the rest of us?
Make one clean my room so I do not have to.
When you say the rest of us, how many more of there are you?
Currently remaining, we have 72 monodrone units, 12 duodrone units, and 4 petrodrone units. More was being created by the inevitable, but our creation has been halted, since now our previous administrator is non-existent.
so you at this point realize that you have a small army of monodrones at your disposal.
Do you think they would be helpful in the upcoming fight, or do you think they could be turned against us?
I don't think they could be turned against us unless the computers had someone else take over the academy the way Al was able to make it. I wonder if we're able to make that impossible.
Could I make a construct check to try to determine that sort of thing?
Yes, you can.
Use that new intelligence.
13.
So with a 13 construct check, the one thing you've definitely learned about machinery, especially being up at the Auroran space station, is that anything with enough intelligence, with enough time, can be broken through, even the most impenetrable defenses. All you can do is continue to build them, continue to create stronger mental blocks and defenses. But as far as these constructs being connected to an outside force or taken over by an outside force, it is completely isolated, which means the constructs are completely isolated to the school themselves, committing themselves to the administrator, where anyone who has administrator access is able to take control, take commands, and the only administrator of this school is currently Gideon.
In the time we have left, I could dedicate a portion of mine to trying to increase their security and make sure that they stick with us if we bring them along with us.
One will speak up and state,
A satisfactory idea. Would you become the security administrator then?
I looked at Gideon.
Do you want to be the security administrator?
That sounds fine to me.
We can assist you with this process and give you all the access you need, so long as the designation of headmaster, also known as Administrator Gideon, grants you that access.
Duckazan has access.
Processing and complete.
so now, Duckazan, you have been designated head of security of the Astral Academy.
We will assist you with the process, so that way our internal systems are kept intact from outside intruders. We look forward to working with you.
Excellent.
The monodrone will once again look over to Gideon.
Are there any other designations you would like to give to your fellow students, Administrator?
Well, only if they want designations, I guess. And I'll look to Al first, probably, since he's the one that put me in this position.
No, I'm quite alright. I plan to be the headmaster of the Exodus Academy in my superior years.
Huh.
That way we can, share resources across the planes.
Well, you've thought this whole thing out, haven't you, Al?
Oh yes, it's a 12-year plan.
Oh God.
I like
12 specifically.
I like the idea of Al like not only logically making Gideon headmaster of the Astral Academy, but also in the hopes of that in their 30s they can both become like headmaster friends and like have lunches
like-
together and stuff like that.
That's why he keeps asking what's for lunch. He's like planning the menu for when they're like in their 30s.
Oh, the lore is too deep.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's 12 steps ahead of us.
Checkmate.
That's right. That's right.
Well, then I'd probably look to actually I think I'd sheepishly look to Zahani, but then I think I'd look away.
My eyes light up when you do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Zahani, is there anything you would like to do for the school?
Can I be in charge of the kitchen?
The kitchen you like to cook?
I like to eat the cooked
Oh.
food.
You like to eat
what?
the cook?
I'd like to eat the cook.
Don't you dare!
The cooked food.
Can we designate Zahani as the school's official taste tester?
I don't believe we have a role programmed for that. One moment, please. Processing. We have created a new role. Head taste tester. What kind of access would you like to give to the head taste tester?
He needs access to the kitchen at all times of the day, and that's probably it.
Oh. All right, then. This role will be primarily a vanity, as it will not actually serve a true purpose to administrative functions. But the role has been created, and if anyone asks, we will inform them that the designation of head food taster as Zahani.
I will make sure none of our food is poisoned from now on, okay?
Thank you, Zahani. That's going to be very important, I'm sure, in the upcoming year.
I've got
Tremor.
one. I've got one. Like Trevor. The dead master.
Tremor, do you want to be the dead master?
What does that mean?
You make sure that if there's any dead in our halls, you I don't know, you make sure they're not doing things that dead people shouldn't be doing.
And what should dead people be doing?
Well, they probably should be dead.
Then I would be out of a job, wouldn't I?
That's true. You know what? Why don't you think if you want to do anything in the academy, you can. Like I said, I don't want anyone to feel like they have to.
Just give me access to everything.
Well, why don't we wait till the baby's dead and
You gave
sure that
Zahani access to everything.
I gave Zahani. Do you want full access to the
do
kitchen?
everything?
No, Zahani. You can go to the kitchen whenever you want and eat anything in there.
That is everything to me.
He's just staring at you kind of coldly.
Tremor, are you okay?
I'm fine. Can I go now?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, you don't have to. I'm not your boss.
Headmaster Gideon, until I do become the headmaster of the Exodus Academy, could I perhaps have a fun role here? I don't know, head of the examination board?
The examination board.
Fun roll.
You know, you're very good at spells, so you can create the tests. Yes, you should be that. Yes.
Fantastic.
Monodrone,
More-
make it so.
Yes. Less practical work, more theory.
It is done. Aldoris is now head of the examination board.
Thrilling.
Thrilling.
Tremor will look to see if they're done and then just head back to his room.
Okay. So Tremor will, at that point, look around and walk back to his room.
Is the exit?
Where do I go?
He really is undead.
I really love the idea of just Trevor walking around and then just being like,
the
where do
shambling
I
corpse.
fucking go? Yeah, so Tremor, when you leave and go back to your room, what are you planning on doing?
I think he's gonna be trying to understand more about this Cosma that he was infused with, in relation to necromancy specifically.
Okay.
As that's his specialty. And also, after he lost his last body, he's gonna try to find a new one to raise.
So you would like to go ahead and create a new undead?
Yes, please.
Rings hands.
Should I just kill a random student, or you have one like in a target center?
What? No, I was thinking we could have like a tofu body that kind of functions like an undead, but isn't undead. You know what I mean?
He's the master of the kitchen for that.
I'm going through that same plot point in a different role play that we
Wait,
now,
You
so.
turn the gray stuff into whatever you want.
That's fucked, but also
True.
possible, but also fucked. But
I'm down.
Dude. Holy shit! Like I would, that would be fun. If like you're just
All
like
right,
you'd be a
let's
bunch of.
make that a scene where I collaborate with Zahani to make a food zombie.
So you're creating a tofu body, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so I will let you know that is a point that I don't think you're going to be able to do right off the bat, but definitely something you want. If you would like to explore, you can. So, what kind of bodies would you actually have available? Okay. This is going to be, I don't know how Duckazon's going to feel about this. But there would definitely be a few preserved bodies from the village to the north where Cosmikara is residing. That the Academy would have a few of if you so decide to use that. You would have a undead, essentially an undead Gith that you can use.
He would definitely check to see how far the soul is from this form by now, you know, like if it's completely an empty body or if
empty
there's
vessel.
like, yeah.
Go ahead and do an Arcana check. If you, we would say that there'd probably be some sort of Academy morgue that you'd be able to go to since there is a necromancy focus. Okay, well then. I am happy or unhappy to tell you that the soul has long since departed from the body since quite a bit of time has passed. But with that Arcana check, I will let you in on a terrifying revelation that you come to, as I will now give you an additional trait of the Cosmikara fight that you guys are going to be experiencing next week. That you would have found out. You would have found out next week, but I will now tell you now.
Wow.
So, the trait is called, hold on, let me go and actually get the title of it. Is that a word, or did I literally just make up a word? I think I actually made up a word, and I kind of like it. No, that's not a made up word. I guess it is. Okay, here we go. Dreadful deceasement.
Ew.
Deceasement is definitely not a word.
Okay, well, Google says it is, but
Okay, all right, maybe.
yeah, I don't know.
My
I don't
Google
know.
Docs doesn't say it's misspelled, so
Yeah,
I
that's
think
same.
it's fine.
Same. That's why I'm confused. But I go into Discord and it's like I don't know what the fuck that is. So that's homebrew. Yeah, we homebrew a word.
Freshly added to the Webster Dictionary like last week.
Yeah, by me. Dreadful deceasement. During the combat, failed death saving throws persist.
Whoa.
Yep. So if you are knocked unconscious and you have a failed death saving throw and you get back up, that failure stays with you for the remainder of the combat.
That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
And how does that become known to me from this investigation?
Because as you study the body of the Gith that has been essentially killed by Cosmikara itself, with the knowledge of the Cosma that you've gained from the tapt of that, you would see, as you would examine the soul, that the spiritual energy seems to be tainted and sapped, which like permanently damaged, essentially. So not only is it that the death saving throws, essentially you get a stain, a lingering stain upon you, but if you are killed by Cosmikara, there is very likely that you would not be able to come back to life, just because your spiritual energy would become so tainted.
Gotcha. So these are free to use. I take one.
That's why I said good news, but also not good news. Is that these guys are logs from dead, and you have
Trimmer wouldn't if he felt there was a way to bring them back, but
of
if
course
they are gone, then
of course
they are to be used.
Even though Tremor's going down like a lich side, that does not necessarily mean the Tremor is committed to an evil side. He still is Tremor. So absolutely. All right, so you would gain.
I'd be able to get multiple bodies and begin some amalgamation stuff.
So that is unnecessary as far as amalgamation, unless you want to do something more cosmetic. Are you ready for the baseline of Craft Undead that I have just been working on? Okay. So I think I'll just give you the Google Doc of what I've been working on. So there's still this is still very early access. Some things could probably change around. More things will be added. But I will go ahead and say that you have the materials and the material component to essentially create your own undead. So it'll be a CR2 undead that you will persist with you until it is destroyed. If you are able to go ahead and bring him back to life by working on it for an hour, if you have maintained its entire form, but if it's been completely destroyed, like for example chucked out into space where it'll never return, obviously at that point you would not be able to get it back. It counts as a construct, as a physical thing. So okay, let me go ahead and see anyone with a link can view. Okay, so let me go ahead and explain how this works. I'm going to copy and paste it in here. Ba-boo. You will see that there you have a craft undead. This is for a level 8 necromancer. Every time you level up and craft an undead, you will gain an additional point. So you get 1 point per level, kind of like the spell casting, the custom spell casting mechanics that we've worked on before. Since you are a level 8 necromancer, you have 8 points to spend. Creating an undead will create a baseline zombie. So very basic baseline, flat, HP 15, AC 8, speed 20, yada yada yada. Everything's there. But then at that point in time, you have 8 points to spend. These points you can use to increase ability scores. You can use to increase hit points, all of which stack. And then there are feats/traits that you can spend your points on to go ahead and add additional things. The baseline for the zombie, of course, is just a shambling corpse that can do a slam attack. It already has some immunities. It already has an immunity. It already has a condition immunity. It already has a saving throw focus of wisdom. So let me go and actually add this as well for 2 points. Add an additional proficient saving throw. I'll make that a 1. Max 2. Okay, so stacks max 2 additional saving throw. So just to kind of like recap, and I will actually show this here on stream as well. Are you seeing it now? Are you reading yeah. So essentially what you could do with this craft undead, you got the baseline corpse, and then you can spend your points to do whatever the heck you'd like with it. If you like to increase its hit points or increase its baseline stats to make it more dexterous, maybe make it stronger, maybe make it even sturdier with constitution. It already is proficient in wisdom saving throws, but you can spend traits, for example, to add 2 more saving throws that it would be proficient with, and things like that. You can add a resistance to it, so you can make like a fire resistant zombie or a radiant resistant zombie, all of which is a point. You can go ahead and add as many resistances as you want to spend points on. You can spend 2 points to be resistant to all baseline non-magical or silver weapons. Increase base hit points. Add abilities like making it a stinky undead, or adding, giving it like a bite or a claw. There'll be more added to the list as this continues to go. On, but this is a baseline to allow you to create a more custom undead of your choice.
Yeah, this is sick.
Thank you. Eventually, I'm going to, since this is a good baseline, eventually I will allow things like creating larger undead. So you can create like a hulking zombie, and that'll increase like the hit points and things like that. But I have to figure out the balance for that. But yeah, so with that, you have 8 points to spend. You can create a baseline zombie. It would look like a Gith, but if you want to do anything cosmetically, like, combining like different body parts together or things like that to make your own custom looking undead, this is exactly how you would do it. No checks are involved. You would just need the material components. There will probably be a sort of like monetary component later, but because this is your first genuine undead that you are creating, the materials would exist in the academy to at least create 1 undead for yourself.
Gotcha. One question.
Yes.
You said it was like a CR2 zombie.
That is correct. Well, so it has the ability up to a CR2 zombie. This undead, the baseline undead, is still going to be a CR half. So
it's a quarter,
yeah. So once you add all this stuff to it, it will effectively bump it to a CR2.
All right, I got to give it a lot of health then. But sounds good. Thank you.
You are welcome. Yeah, CR2 zombie at the biggest CR2 zombie that's medium size is 8 hit die. So you already have 3 hit die with this. So you can go ahead, if you want to spend 5 points and like a couple other points here, you can go ahead and do that. But ultimately, it's up to you how much you want to do. I did compare other CR2 medium zombies, and that is what I saw as well. So
cool. Yep. I'll throw some together.
Yeah. So that's something that you are free to work on. Is there anything else that you would want to do before to prepare for the Cosmikara fight next week, or will you be creating an undead for that fight?
I mean, creating undead's the main thing. I think if there was any way to accelerate the whole lichdom process, that'd be sick. I don't know if I guess we didn't level up from fighting.
That is correct. Currently, your level cap is at 8 until Cosmikara is defeated, in which case the cap will then raise to 10. So, and after Cosmikara is defeated, you will immediately level up to 9.
Cool. All right. Then, yeah, I think this is the main thing, unless there's anything I can do to better get in touch with my dark side.
Well, the only thing that I would say that would assist you with that, you still have soul energy and soul power, which I believe you are going to be keeping to revive Ellie. Is that correct? Or once you finally get back to the school and get all that. Okay, yeah. So the only way that will inherently enhance your lichdom is if you decide to spend your soul energy on that. So, and I
know how much Ellie's require, and I think there's still like a bunch left over. Can I spend some of the leftover one on that?
Yeah. How much is left over? Did you document it?
Yeah, I remember it was like a third of it was going to be spent on Ellie. I have to go back and double check.
Okay. So currently you are resistant to necrotic. Correct? I believe that's what it is. You currently have a resistance to necrotic. And
with the sword, it's radiant too.
Okay.
And electric.
Okay, so resistant to that. If you wish to channel the remainder of your soul energy in to enhance your undead form, it won't make you a full lich, but you will be able to take the next step at that point in time, giving up more of your humanity. What this would be, if you do decide to take it, your resistance to necromancy would be a full immunity at that point in time. However, you would lose the ability of healing altogether at that point, because you will no longer be able to heal. In exchange of this, though, your hit die will increase. So you will gain a baseline bonus of 16 additional hit points as you become more fortified as a hulking corpse instead of that. So once you push beyond those limits of that, you will... Oh, wait, what is your... Are you resistant to healing now, or are you still able to take healing?
I thought I could take healing. I might have been resistant.
Yeah.
I have to go back in the VOD to see.
Yeah, no worries. So I think what it actually will be is you'll become immune to necromancy. You'll take half from healing instead of the full thing. Once you reach that next step where like necromancy does heal
then
you,
it's no healing, and
then it's no healing, and then you become vulnerable to radiance at that point as well. So
I opt in to that.
Okay. All right. So you will become visibly, if you do decide to do that, let me go ahead and just... You have to sign the TOS. So you will visibly become undead unless you use magic to cosmetically there. You will become gaunt. You'll become probably you will become like sensibly more you'll become stinky. I'm trying to find like the polite word. You're gonna be
stinky.
You're gonna be a stinky boy at that point.
Stinky.
Yeah.
You're a stinky boy.
You're gonna be a stinky boy at that point, unless you use some sort of like gentle repose or something like that. You will become visibly gaunt at this point, as your skin is going to begin to rot off of you. And you will lose all ability of taste and smell at that point. So you will no longer begin to appreciate food. You won't be able to appreciate food anymore. Everything will taste like ash, essentially, if you attempt to eat it. But the good news...
Wow, Al.
That was not Al, that was Joe.
No. My favorite Joe moments is when he just says something and then he immediately thinks about it and goes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So those are my favorite moments right there. You will no longer be able to taste or smell things that are appealing to you. However, that also means you will no longer have a dependency on food. So you won't need to eat or drink to survive at this point in time. It is one step away, and then you will essentially be... the next step after that would be your ascension into actual lichdom, where you will become skeletal in nature, yada, yada, yada. But I think that's something we'll talk about more. But yes, so now you are going to be like visibly undead at this point. You will still be counted as a humanoid, but you will not be counted as an undead, but you will definitely gain the appearance of it.
He would be down, but will also be doing a ritual every day of gentle repose to basically
not stink,
keep up the illusion of still being not atrophying, basically.
Yeah, so with
visually
gentle...
I think I mean gentle repose basically stops all decaying of a body. So he's like forcibly magically keeping all the meat on his bones as
100%
pristine as possible.
Yes. So how that's going to work is if you decide to ascend and over to this next step, you will have to maintain that. It will continue.
It's like once every 10 days that you cast it. So
yeah. So as long as you fulfill the requirements of that, you're good to go. If you begin to miss, though, the decay of your body will rapidly begin to catch up with where you're supposed to be. So it is something that you're going to have to like make as part of your life thing. You will still have a gaunt appearance, but you won't look like you're decaying away, essentially. Yes, absolutely 100%. That will also maintain your smells, so that way your scent is not going to be offensive to people who will look at you and be like, you smell like fucking death, dude. In addition to that, Let me give you a couple more bonuses. I have to look something up real quick. 1 second. Let me take a look at your character sheet real quick. Because you may also gain some stat changes as well. You will absolutely start suffering a constitution penalty, just FYI. But in exchange for that, your mental stats will all... Yep, they will all go up. So, let's see here. Give me 1 second. I have to look at something real quick. Yeah, okay. Yep. You will actually not take a constitution penalty. My apologies. You will instead, as your magics begin to infuse on you, will start to gain a bonus at this point. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. 100%. And yep. Okay. Your intelligence will increase by +2. Your wisdom and your charisma will also increase by +2. Just FYI, you have lost the feature imbued with Cosma at this point.
No.
That was only meant to be a temporary thing. You will no longer have that. And so that will drop your charisma back down to 11. Okay. So, yep. Let me go ahead and type down everything. Yep. So pretty much the negative side is healing becomes half as effective. You have to maintain gentle repose so you don't look like a rotting corpse. If you miss gentle repose at any time, it essentially will rapidly catch up to you, so that even if you do cast gentle repose, you will stop that. But anything that rapidly catches up, you won't be able to keep up with at that point. So it's something you absolutely have to maintain every 10 days. And yeah, so do you spend the rest of your soul energy doing that?
Yep.
All right, let me go ahead and make some changes to your character sheet. All right. I see you have a other modifier of 2. What do you have equipped on that's giving you?
For which?
For your intelligence. It looks like we've added a +2 to you before.
That was the headband.
Okay, cool. And you are no longer wearing the headband, or are you still wearing the headband?
I was still wearing it, yeah.
Okay, cool. So this will add your intelligence will then at that point become a 20. Your wisdom will become a 15, and your charisma will become a 13. Sweet. And yep. So that all increases at that point in time, and you will now gain immunity to necromancy, but healing will now become half effective to you. That includes potions as well.
I hate healing. That's fine.
I hate healing. Yep, there it is. So that is what you'll do. You'll successfully complete that ritual before the Cosmikara fight.
Okay, and you said the health.
Oh yes, the health. My apologies. Your health will... You are 8. Your health will now increase by 12.
Sweet.
So you now have 62 HP.
Sweet.
Thank you. You are welcome. As you begin to descend down the path of the ancient magics of necromancy, of lichdom, given to you by the fallen Astari. All right, so that is what Tremor is doing for planning for the Cosmikara fight that is approaching very soon. I believe, is there anything else, Duckazon, that you were doing, or are you going to continue to work with the monodrones to build up their security so they can't be hacked into?
Yes. So, well, first of all, I don't think I'm the best person to do this because I don't know them very well. But I do want to make sure that the pirates have been communicated with and informed of the plan, just to make sure that they're with us on this.
So at this point in time, so you're also gonna so before Cosmicara, you're gonna go ahead and communicate with everyone to make sure that they are on board. So you will find out the following information. The pirates have apparently spoken with the Inevitable some time ago while you all were busy within the caverns in an attempt to increase the power of their ship. The
pirates.
I just realized Joe was absolutely there for it. Oh my god, that's fucked. Yes, so the pirates apparently came in asking for upgrades to their ship so that they can sail across IOCs, across the Serpent Smile, a dangerous storm pattern that is on the planet of Io. The Inevitable apparently reluctantly gave them the ship upgrades because the Inevitable believed he would be getting the brain of the headmaster of the Exodus Academy. This is all information you would learn at this point in time. They are still expected to return to be a part of the fight. They have cast out across the sea, so you are uncertain if you will be able to reach out to them in time to assist against the fight with Cosmicara. They may be able to assist in some other way, all things depending. But as
Wait, they're not going to be there?
But as
and
of
the goblins are also not going to be there?
As of right now.
So the whole fucking point of this entire campaign of us recruiting everyone to fight this thing has failed? Is my understanding correctly, Brett?
So let me tell you exactly what's going to happen, what has happened at this point, because the beauty of D&D. The misdemeanor has sailed off to head over to the continent of Ishtar, where the Exodus Academy is, for reasons that they have given. This will absolutely help against the Cosmicara fight. You would be able to, at that point, speak with them, but you have lost contact with them in general. The under IO team, now the Radiance team, who is over on the Cathosian area, has refused the call to fight Cosmicara, as they are now dealing with their own issues, and they will not be participating in the fight. Your only reassurance you have at this point in time is the word of goblins who said they will join you at the front line.
Dude, Tremor's about to fucking become Arc 3 final boss, all right? He's hit.
Oh my
Fuck
God.
all these guys.
The pirates gotta do, man. I gotta
We
defend those
just have
guys.
to like bet on the fact that the goblins are selfish enough and want the inner Lagos inside Cosmicara dead. So we gotta bet on them wanting that.
I swear,
enough
I'm gonna join
us.
the goblins. I am tilted. They all refused? Everyone.
So, well, the misdemeanor still says they are going to fight side by side with you, but you have now since then lost contact with them. So you are uncertain of their status.
All right, so they're gonna like a Davis Machina show up last minute thing. It's gonna be great.
Again, you are uncertain of their status.
Maybe they'll show up and kill Al again. That'd be great too.
No. I've got a man on the inside this time. Whatever you do, don't kill that guy.
The Radiance crew has turned down the call to fight against Cosmicara, as they are currently facing off against a threat, or chasing off against a threat that has infused with an ally of theirs. So their main focus is on that. They wish you well. They
Tremor will write in his book back to fucking Petra, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm coming for you next. What the fuck?
Jesus fucking Christ. And someone said thoughts and prayers. Yeah, Radiance crew has let you know thoughts and prayers on Cosmicara. Good luck on that fight. So yes, literally the only the most reassurance you've gotten that will be in the front lines with you or be a part of the fight with you will be the goblins at that point in time.
Goblins.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
The positives, though, is that you have moved the timetable with the destruction of a Lagos within the inevitable, which has caused Cosmokara to stir, which is why the battle is about to come. So it will not be as deadly as the simulations that you've given it, along with the things that you have unlocked, including the additional damage that you can deal to Cosmokara, and including the ability to lower its stats. But as far as the telegraphed attacks are concerned, the inevitable has attempted to give that to the misdemeanor, which they have passed. They've attempted to give it to Radiance, which they have passed. So you will not be able to telegraph attacks, which is going to be your biggest threat in the fight.
Literally
ahead.
the one thing we said, let's do first. And they're like, we got you. And then none of them got us. Cool.
Yep, that is correct.
come on.
The beauty of Dungeons and Dragons. So you will, at this point in time, it will be a difficult fight, but because of the rush preparation, Cosmokara is not in complete full power. So you still will have a chance.
He's a preemie baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
All right.
So,
well,
with that knowledge
time...
in hand, you are free to do it with as you wish.
So then I would try to split my time fairly evenly, unless I feel like I can't be effective at either one if I split my time. But if it seems like I can still be effective, I'd like to split my time between enhancing the security, fortifying the security of the little mono Autobot boys, and enhancing their combat strategy as much as I can, as well as like to research graviturgy and gravity in the hopes of application against Cosmokara, their gravitational orbit, how it can either be taken advantage of or used against itself or manipulated in any way.
So your gravity option that you had would have required you to return back to the Spire, where you then would be able to conspire with all of the seers of the Spire to learn more about the gravity. Unfortunately,
so there's nothing like simpler or like less effective than that I can
because of the sheer gravity that Cosmokara, the gravity of the situation, but as well as Cosmokara itself, there is nothing that you would be able to research to assist in this short of time. I'm sorry.
Okay, then cool. Then all my attention then would go to security of the little boys.
Okay. No check is necessary for that. You would be able to, with the assistance of the monodrones, who would give you full access to their information and exactly how they work, will allow you to do so. This will improve their combat capabilities with whatever that you decide to do with them. Currently, though, their only objectives that have been registered by the administrator of the Astral Academy is the few that will assist in the teaching and the rest that will assist as security. But they are with you to follow you with whatever command you give them. There is no restriction because you have full administrative access, aka Gideon.
Okay. Yes, I'd like to make sure they're fully programmed with the knowledge of Cosmokara that they might need and
Perfect.
Prepared for that.
Okay. Gideon.
Yes.
Or party-wise, if you have any ideas that you'd like to present to each other before this fight next week, you are free to do so.
I want to know more because the little mono boy told me that there was other types of them around.
That is correct.
I need to know about these other types, Brett.
Okay. So let me go ahead and place a grid on, and I will tell you exactly the traits. You have the duo drone, which is a stronger version of the mono drone. They have an ability to, and I actually can show you right there. They have a ranged ability, they have more hit points, and they are essentially better fighters than the monodrone. The monodrones themselves can cast very basic magic spells. They kind of function as a jack of all trades unit. The duo drones function more as organization, leadership, and have more combat capabilities. They can be a foreman when it comes to the assistant of construction projects, and they can be capable of fighting on their own. The Pentadrone is where you get into your big, completely, it is completely created for combat and defensive capabilities. The Pentadrones are larger, as you see right over here, with a lot of hit points, very sturdy, and physically capable of taking a beating and dealing with a beating as well. Records of when they fought against the Cosmic Goblins, these were the ones that stood tall and stood true against it. Even though they were still defeated by Cosmic Goblins, these are going to be your front line, and they are just fully capable of combat. They don't really serve any other purpose.
Well, we want those guys. And you said we have 4 of those, or was it 6 of those?
You have 6 of those.
6 of those. Okay, I think I would want to take 4 of them and leave 2 of them back at the academy when the time comes.
Let me go ahead and give you the exact numbers you have.
So 72 of the mono boys.
You have 72 monodrones, 13 duodrones, and 6 petrodrones.
Okay. Yeah, I'd want to take 4 petrodrones.
Or pentadrones, excuse me. I'm thinking Petra.
I want to take 4 of them to Cosma, and I want to like, when I see the Pentadrone, because I've never seen them before. Gideon's never seen them before, so I would want to bring them to Duckazon, knowing that Duck is working on, drones.
Absolutely. Any drones that you bring over and allow access to Duckazon will provide a additional combat capability against the fight. So let me go ahead and see. Sorry, I'm getting my screens mixed up. So these would just walk up with a heavy step.
Pentadrone online. How may I assist you, Headmaster?
Well, we're going to be fighting Cosmikara soon, and I would like you and 3 other Pentadrones to join us on the battlefield.
We can process the battle techniques that have been bestowed upon us from the inevitable. We will assist you gladly in this. We fight bravely and honorable for you, Headmaster.
Such emotion.
And we've
also,
been instilled with valor. We are prepared to fight and die in glorious combat.
My life for ire. We've got our own zealots.
Oh, good. Duck, obviously you can enhance these warriors as well, I suppose.
Certainly.
It just kind of gives you like a acknowledging nod with one of its starfish like tendrils.
All right.
Okay. So, Duckazon, if you are focusing entirely on that, oh well. Okay, so let me go and ask you this. Ooh. Thank you, Criken. Let me ask you this first to Gideon. Gideon, what are you taking into battle?
What am I taking into battle?
As far as the monodrones, duodrones, and
okay, yes.
pentadrones.
So I was thinking 4 penta, 8 duo, and the monos. I feel like they're just better suited at the school, honestly. But I guess it can't hurt to take like I wouldn't want to take more than like 16.
Okay. 16, or is there a number that you have in mind?
No, 16 is good. 16 monodrones.
Okay.
8 duo drones, and then the 4. And they had also mentioned that they were building more pentadrones, right?
They were building more monodrones, duodrones, and pentadrones, but that knowledge has been lost to the inevitable.
Oh, gotcha.
So construction has been halted, at least for a time being, until you find a way to create more. I will also let you know, because of the weight of the battle and the dangers of it, any of drones that you bring in battle will fight to their last and will more than likely not survive the fight. But will provide you with a steady advantage.
Okay. Yeah, I think I still want to stick with those numbers.
Very well. So those are the ones that you will be committing to the fight?
Yeah.
You sure only 16?
I'm like, I don't know how, because Brett was saying that they're like, they cast baby spells. Can I know what they're actually capable of?
So they can cast Burning Hands, Shocking Grasp, just very basic, like, first level spells that they can do that are a little bit limited. But as far as their physical capability is concerned, it is also extremely limited. So because you are fighting a foe that is tapped in the astral magics, as well as its own sort of like otherworldly, eldritch-like powerful magic, it will still provide both a bonus and a distraction for the duo drones and petra drones that will probably be doing the that will probably be a part of the fight itself. So the more monodrones, theoretically, the more monodrones you commit to it will provide enough distraction for the duo drones and pentra drones to do additional damage. Essentially, the more that you invest into this fight will provide you, you're probably going to want them in the front line first, is the way that I would look at it, unless you had a different strategy that you want to do, which would start the combat with Cosmicara already taking damage.
Okay. Because, like, yeah, I guess my fear was like, hey, if I bring 16 versus 32, if they end up acting as like a swarm of flies, essentially, and if 16 would die just as quickly as 32, it would feel like such a waste to me. Like,
the more that you would bring, the longer a distraction that your damage dealers will actually do to Cosmicara.
Okay, well, let's bring what is it?
Or let me rephrase that. The higher chance that they will survive. The dice may roll against you.
Okay.
So no guarantees, obviously, but you'll have a better chance with the more you bring.
Let's do 36 times 1.5, 58. Let's do 58.
You are going to commit 58 monodrones to the fight.
Brizzy made me, and I will die on that hill.
Very well. You will commit 58 monodrones at that point, 8 duo drones, and 4 pentadrones to the combat ahead. A small army of robots will be cast up to the beginning of the fight against Cosmicara before you will then eventually join the fray, either with them still fighting against Cosmicara or them defeated.
Brett, I'm sorry. I need to do 54. My OCD tells me that I did not do 1.5, so I need to do 54.
No worries. 54 it is. Whatever reason you have for
I think
it.
I'm still getting it wrong. Hold on. 18, 36. 54. Okay, yeah.
All right. You will send 54 monodrones to the fight, 8 duo drones, and 4 pentadrones into the combat that will start. They will either be, when you arrive into the battlefield, they will either be continuing their fight, depending if the dice give you the thumbs up on it, or you will simply come to a pile of rubble of these drones being completely crushed and defeated.
So these are our substitute heroes, our substitute pirates. Can we give them eye patches?
Substitute pirates? Yeah, paint eye patches on them.
Yeah, you are free to do whatever you wish.
Nice.
I mean, I'd rather fucking throw Io under the bus, because, by God, at least the pirates are. Oh yeah, we'll try to be there, but like Io's just like, nah.
That is
I
true.
think the pirates are all good people. Especially that good-looking old man.
Meta Al. Someone in chat brought up a question. You said that they have limited spell casting. Can we give them all magic missile?
Like change the spells that they can have?
Like specifically just magic missile.
So the spells that these all are connected to right now have already been assigned that. You would need to change the spell.
You would need a headmaster, right, to change that.
You
probably.
would, well, so for new mana drones that are created, you would have to change the schematic so that magic missile would be part of their. Mm-hmm.
This is the magic missile campaign. We all know how valuable it is.
But you have set aside those resources at that point in time. Is there anything else that you would want to prepare, Gideon?
I don't think so. I think I'd want to just go at some point. I'd want to go to Al, knowing that he was like the scribe, and be like, basically, is there any spells you want to teach me that you think will be useful?
Well, it depends. How often in a fight are you focused on something? How often in a fight are you looking to do more propellant damage? What are you looking for?
Well, truthfully, I think I always have room in my mind to concentrate on something right now.
Well, it's funny you should say that. I've got plenty of those.
Can I just say, I love the dynamic of fucking King Arthur and Merlin, which is just what I've realized is what Al and Gideon is.
So, the concentration spells I know are vast. I can hit you up with something with damage, okay? Let me have a think and also a look. Okay, we have Minute Meteors. That's a classic. We have some Dragon's Breaths. That's not too bad. I know how to enlarge and reduce something. You could probably reduce Cosmicara down a size. Flaming Sphere. Big ball of fire. Not too bad. What else? Phantasmal Force. It's not a bad one. I know some big boy ones too. I've got... there's Haste, but... Yeah, Haste is always good, but that's only if we're fighting with someone that might benefit off of it. Black Tentacles. Spooky.
Spooky.
How about Phantasmal Killer? Polymorph. Another good one. Wall of Fire. Nice. Got some summons here. Summon Aberration, Summon Construct, Summon Elemental, and Summon Greater Demon. They're all good.
How about Wall of Fire?
You got it.
I feel like I'm ordering something from an online service right now.
Now, would you like a cantrip with that?
Okay, yeah, at some point I would definitely teach him it.
And so you shall. You will now know Wall of Fire, Gideon.
Cool.
Al, what are you doing anything to prepare for the battle ahead?
So, got a few things.
Mm-hmm.
Could I craft a spell during said time?
What spell would you like to craft? Like different level
It might
one
be
spell?
too strong, but I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, it's definitely a strong idea. And I can only cast at the 4th level, I think, at the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I came on an idea for a spell, which would be like counter spell, but rebounding.
Ah.
And I would call it Levin's Gambit.
Ooh. So for custom, like really custom stuff like that, you wouldn't be able to create it in that kind of time.
Okay. I
However,
will save that.
if you would like to create, as I mentioned previous sessions ago, if you'd like to create a spell that just has a different elemental damage type, for that you can teach to others, you are free to do something like that. But as far
Would
as
that
like,
take up the full amount of time?
what are some other things that you'd like to do, and then I can tell you.
So I thought it'd be cool to try and master some spells and add a list of spells which might be strong ones to ask you to if I could master. The first one was Bless, but
Okay.
I learned Bless through Magic Initiate. Would I be able to learn a mastery of that, or is that the best I could get out of Bless?
Let me go ahead and actually tell you, right? Oh, you know what? So if you would like to get a mastery of Bless, I will allow it, but that would have to be your time.
Okay.
A mastery of
through the others
bless
as
would
well.
a mastery of bless would allow you to gain one, allow you to add an additional target.
Okay. That's pretty good. Polymorph.
Okay.
What would mastery of polymorph mean?
That's what I was gonna try to master.
I can teach
Oh
you.
fuck.
To charge.
Yeah, you absolutely would. Jesus Christ. A mastery of polymorph.
Right? I was thinking, like, how the hell?
I mean, man, that would be tough.
Do you want to
Honestly,
save that one for another time?
well, yeah. So there's a couple of there's a couple of things. Oh no, it would not be a CR increase. It would either be that you can maintain the concentration up for longer, which also doesn't feel worth it. The only other entertaining idea is that you would start with additional hit points, but that is probably as far as that polymorph mastery would go.
That's fair enough. Yeah. That's a hard one to balance around.
I think that would be the balance. It would probably either be the duration increases a little bit, or you get bonus hit points, but that would be the only things that it would be.
Okay. I also wrote down Fireball.
Fireball, that's a good one. So for Fireball, a mastery of Fireball would allow you to increase the area from 20 feet to 30 feet.
Okay. That's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
I might not do that one for this one, though, because we're mostly fighting one giant target. So
that's correct.
That's a great one for future.
And that would also be a variable.
That's
so
cool.
you,
So, you get to
so
decide.
anywhere from 20 to 30 feet. That is correct.
That's cool. I think that's going to be a future one I'll save for.
Okay.
Minute meteors?
Oh, the minute meteors?
Yeah. Was it minute? Oh, that makes so much more sense.
Oh, you thought it was minute meteors? Yeah.
I thought it was 'cause you shot them
Melf's
for a minute.
minute meteors coming at you in a minute or quick.
I genuinely thought it was because you were shooting them for a minute. Genuinely.
Yeah, no, or oh, dude, I love it. Okay, so you create 6 tiny meteors, 2d6, each creature within 5 feet. Makes a dexterity saving throw. Okay, so the duration would be 10 minutes with a concentration. Yes, so with Melf's minute meteors, you would be able to create an additional meteor.
Ooh. That's pretty cool. Okay. Tiny hut.
Tiny hut would absolutely be an increased duration.
Okay.
So instead of 8 hours, I would probably make it 10 hours, or actually, yeah. Sorry. You know what? Yeah, I would make it a 12-hour hut.
Okay. Just a couple more.
Yeah, please.
Summon construct.
I actually don't know the specifics of that. 1 second.
It's one of the newer Tasha ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say that definitely sounds like a new one. Summon construct, construct spirit. What level is that? That's a 4th level spell. Hot mama. 40 plus 15 above there. So for that, the summon construct would have 10 additional HP and +1 AC.
Okay. That's good. 2 more. Summon greater demon.
So because demons do not exist in IO,
Oh yeah, of course they don't. Do that. I was
they would
wondering
actually take the form of some sort of astral body. So essentially, is you manifest like a being of your nightmares, but it would still count as a demon, quote unquote. So let me go ahead and read the specifics of that. Summon greater demon, probably going to be the same thing. On
greatest demon.
greatest demon.
The weird one with demon is that it's because it's an older one.
Oh, CR5s and stuff like that.
Yeah, you literally have a monster which could be dangerous to your team. But it probably would do more damage.
Because it could turn on that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, honestly, it'd probably be the same thing. They would get a bonus to their HP.
And the final one I'd say would be Intellect Fortress.
Yeah, more than I know that spell. Let me just double check before I actually give you what the mastery of that would be. What is it? You or one willing creature resistant to psychic damage as well as advantage on intelligence. When you cast this spell at 4th level, you can target 1 additional creature. Ooh, that is actually very significant. Intelligence, wisdom, charisma saving throw for the duration.
Yeah, I feel like in this fight that'd be really clutch.
One willing creature that you can see within range has resistance to psychic damage. Okay. So intellect. So this is going to be a weird one. So for Intellect Fortress, if cast higher at a higher level, you can add an additional. You can add one additional target. So
on top of the already.
Correct. So at 4th level, where it's like, hey, you can go ahead and add one target. Now it's 2 targets. But then if you cast at 5th level, the 2 becomes 3. So it doesn't it's not doubling each time. It's literally you just get a bonus one.
It's very good for a 4th level there.
Yep. So yeah, Intellect Fortress immediately becomes 3 targets instead of 2.
I'm leaning mostly towards that.
Yep, as a friendly reminder, it does have the ability to do psychic damage, so.
What, Cosmokara?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And like the saves we had to do last time when we practiced against it, I think Intellect Fortress is going to be the strongest concentration spell.
I'd agree.
I think I'm going to try and master that.
Okay. You are able to so what you'll be able to do before that time is master Intellect Fortress. So cast at 4th level, you can now apply a up to 3 targets instead of 2.
Question, Brett, is the concentration drive immune to psychic damage? Because it's not. I mean, it's a
psychic damage. Yes, absolutely.
So there you go. Put that baby in there. It won't be able to burst it down with psychic. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom, baby.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Hey, you're welcome. Enjoy your
fiber one at some point, but not yet.
Yeah. Zahani, what would you be doing to prepare for the fight?
For once, Zahani wants to practice something useful.
Ooh. Okay.
So being adept at sort of changing his shape, like being natural to it, I want Zahani to practice polymorph in a sense that he could keep his ability to speak as if he wasn't polymorphed, and maybe make Arcana checks during it as well. Sort of keep his sentience.
I see. Well, okay, so sorry, I don't mean to be quiet. I need to think about this because it's not necessarily that. So, Zahani, let's first talk about you.
Oh no.
So before the Cosmokara fight, you all would be able to take a long rest. In fact, I would actually recommend you doing that unless you'd like to work through that. You would have the time to go ahead and do that. What is this? Cosmo. What is this song? Oh, perfect. That works. Zahani, as you slumber in your 8 hours, you will dream of a voice that echoes within your mind. Zahani. Your mind is clouded in darkness. You are able to respond to this voice if you so wish.
Is somebody here? What time is it?
It is time for your awakening.
I mean, I am awake at the moment. You have woken me up.
I am here to give you answers.
What kind of answers?
Where you come from.
How do you know this?
I created you.
I do not understand.
You know it to be true. Where else do you think you came from?
I guess you could be right. It does not mean I understand.
Allow me to educate you.
It is at this point I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
I hope you're wearing your headband.
Nat 20, baby.
Nice.
With a natural 20, your head and mind is fortified, and you still are able to receive the information of what this entity is speaking to you. So let me think about this.
You are now awakened.
In addition to this, the entity believes that it has taken control of your mind. And yet it hasn't. You are still in full control of your facilities.
It is time to educate. You are a sleeper agent of Cosma, crafted and created for this very moment. It is time to fulfill your destiny.
What must I do?
When the fight begins, side yourself with our creation, with Cosma Kara, and end their lives. Io must be no more. We will have our vengeance.
Would I have known that it was trying to essentially take control of me and that I
With an intelligence save
have a
of
facade?
28, with that critical save, absolutely.
Okay, so I know that I'm sort of keeping up a facade right now.
That is correct.
Okay.
You will also understand that this is not a lie, that you can actually have memories, like brief flashes of memories of your creation within a Cosma facility.
Okay.
You will also know at this point that essentially the clan of Cosma has agents of Cosma scattered throughout Io to awaken when they are called for, as sort of like infiltrators of their society.
Bro, Levin sucks. How did
This is insane, dude.
he fucking brought in a secret agent and put him in the fight squad of like the only 4 or 5 people whose only responsibility is like
Yeah, but
stopping
who's gonna-
Cosma?
Who's gonna be suspicious of little Zahani, you know?
Oh my god.
Just a dumb
Sorry,
little boy.
continue.
No, it's okay.
I understand.
Then go. After you have fulfilled your destiny, you will be able to return home to the others, to the Nova. Your eternal reward, to be bathed and blessed by the Black Star.
Okay, I will attempt to just go back to sleep, if whatever that means.
So at that point, you will awaken, like 100% absolutely awaken in a sweat.
Do I feel something probing my head still?
No, it is believed that you are. So essentially what it is as a sleeper agent, you have always been, you're able to sort of like adapt and fight for Cosma, but because of your intelligence saving throw, essentially the desires of a Cosma agent is more of just like, it's something that you have to do. It's something that eats away at your mind and soul and brain, where like you can resist the call for so much, but at that point in time, you continue to like it'll continue to gnaw and eat at you until you eventually go insane and do it. However, with the saving throw, the critical saving throw that you've gotten, you are able to suppress that for quite a while.
I got so lucky with that. Oh my god.
Perhaps indefinitely.
Oh.
Jeez.
So now it's up to you. You are aware of where you are from, but you get to choose how to live your life.
Okay. I'm gonna ponder this alone for a while.
All right. Yeah, that was a very vital critical. If there was any time you needed a critical hit on that was that level. Yeah, that level is like Joe's level of our offline campaign, where it's like that wasn't supposed to happen, but here we are. 100%. All right. I believe that covers what you guys are planning to do for the fight ahead, unless there's anything else that you guys want to bring up or prep or plan for.
No.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna wear cooler robes.
Okay.
So the same kind of brown with the pocket.
All right.
It's got a pocket and a handkerchief.
So with that, we will end today's session of Astral Academy. So let me just do a real brief of what's about to happen. Next Thursday, you all will be... first of all, are you guys able to start an hour early and end an hour early next Thursday, 6 p.m. EST to 9 p.m. EST? Any objections for that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. That will be the fight against Cosmicara. For those that are watching, next Thursday is going to be a 9-hour stream starting at 3 p.m. EST and going all the way to midnight.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious how that's possible if they're not helping us.
No, because the goblins are going to be doing something, and then probably the pirates will, right? Because they aren't complete. Does that mean literally Underarrow is not doing anything next Thursday? Are they just chilling out? Oh, we gotta kill them. Dude, they just gotta go, dude. We gotta turn on them. They're the goblins of this campaign.
They are the goblins. They were the hated goblins this whole time.
Literally not doing anything next Thursday now. They are just gonna go and chill out. Look, Brett can't say anything. The Hunter is literally just not doing it. They're gonna be just chilling out fucking on their Tuesday session, having a great little time.
I cannot say one way or another. You are free to come to whatever conclusions you will. I will say that any decisions or anything of people showing up or not showing up is not out of anything malice intended.
Oh no, we'll take it personally. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. My plan is to see them and then send them a sending message 3 times a day for 12 years.
Back to the 12-year plan.
Everyone,
12-year plan.
Everyone, any choices were made as their characters, not as the players. So, yes. So with that, come to whatever conclusions you would like.
Okay, their characters hate living beings.
So with that, next Thursday,
and liches apparently. So they're burning both sides of the fucking candle right now.
Yeah, you know what? Anyway, so for 3 So next Thursday, I'll be streaming from 3 p.m. EST to midnight, which will be the various phases of the Cosmokara encounter, which I'm really excited about because originally I thought this was going to be like the same fight, but kind of slightly altered. But it kind of is now shaped into this like, you guys are going to all be attacking this deadly force at different fronts, each making its own impact along the way. So each section of the encounter is going to be especially unique. The beautiful part about this as well is that depending how successful or unsuccessful you guys are at during these phases, will make difficulty for whoever is up after that. So it is vital that you fight the best that you can. If you need to retreat, so be it. But this is definitely one of those fights that will ultimately determine what the future of the rest of phase 2 is going to be. So yeah. So you guys will be at 6 p.m. EST. It'll wrap at 9 p.m. EST. If you conclude your section of the battle, so be it. If you don't, it continues on over to whoever the next group has to handle the next phase with whatever increased difficulty that they may have to face off against. But you have planned, you have strategized, you have done the best that you can up to this point, and now it is time to see if it is enough. So guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you all very much. Did you guys enjoy today's session? And
Such cool mechanics, cool things.
Thank you.
Cool things we've gotten.
And have you guys enjoyed the campaign as a whole? Because I know you guys have been building up to this point, and I understand that parties that you're recruiting, hearing that
we're about to die.
Oh, he's saying that even if we win, it ends.
Always has been dead.
We'll see what happens. Ultimately, you're definitely at that end. So thank you guys very much. And I will see you all next week at 6 p.m. EST for the Cosmokara fight.
Sounds good.
Yay!
Fun.
I'm very excited. Bye, guys.
I'll see you for a long.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. That's it. We're here. We're here, my friends. The last session of Astral Academy before the fight against Cosmokara and the conclusion of this act. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate y'all hanging out. So we are going to, just to recap, we are going there. No fan art. We're not doing fan art today, guys. We only had 2 pieces of fan art posted, which, hey, you know what? Greatly appreciate that. But we're going to wait until we get a little bit more, since I know a lot of people are stacked up with there. So I promise you, we greatly appreciate all of our fan art, but we'll probably do it over to stack. Also, people had to go around this time, so please understand if we don't, we don't go ahead and do that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to go ahead and support the World of IO, I would greatly appreciate that by heading over to our Patreon. Head on over to the Patreon, patreon.com/worldofio. You can donate as little as $3 or as much as you want on that end. Your Patreon support allows me to do IO as a full-time job, to be able to do multitudes of campaigns and focus on that without having to worry about a revenue source or that. You directly supports myself as well as other artists that I hire within the community to assist with that. So please consider supporting today. You can donate as little as $3 a month or as much as you want on that end. Perks include MP3s of the campaigns that you can listen to on the go, art that is being worked on from the campaign, and my very own personal game master notes that you can go ahead and use and share in your own campaigns and your own personal campaigns. Consider supporting today. Like I said, helps me out tremendously. I also want to give a big shout out to our $50 plus sponsors and Patreon members, including Why Not Gemology, Baker Staunch, Wiry Traveler, Con Air on DVD, Starter Pack, Lopar Pander, Twitching Pickle, and Eagle Wolf. Guys, thank you very much for all the support and the financial support that you give me each and every day. I'm excited to let you guys know that we are now going to be looking in merchandise opportunities, which include t-shirts, posters, and pins. Something to look forward to in the future as another way that you guys can support IO as well as myself and my channel with direct things. I'm looking to continue selling the pins that we've already made previously over the last year and a half, and which will probably be, I haven't decided yet on rates, but also new pins will be coming out very soon, with a different manufacturer and a new storefront that I can perhaps support and things like that, including shirts and posters. Going to be looking at some new options for that, D&D related as well as raccoon theme related. We're definitely going to have little rack merchandise that you guys will be able to purchase, and what's neat about that is money that you are supporting directly to myself and Io without having to worry about paying a chunk to Twitch or paying a chunk to Patreon, and you get something tangible that you can have in your hand that is high quality and good. So I'm looking forward to options with that as other ways that you can support the things that I do with. I'm really excited for those next steps. So look forward to that. Hopefully you'll see something around there. Because I definitely would love to do something like that. Also, want to give a big shout out. Let me go ahead and double check chat to see where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and refresh. We are currently at, there it is. I think we've reached it. Chat, I think we have passed the troll buffer, is what I call it, with 10,000 followers over on Twitter, guys. Thank you for that, guys. Like, holy shit, we did it. It's not even halfway through the year. We hit our 10K mark. Thank you guys for that. It's, obviously, like, when it comes to like these kind of numbers and things like that, they're nice little milestones to smile at and be like, you know what, that's pretty awesome. Thank you so much. And it's silly to like put value in the numbers as value in yourself, but this is a pretty cool feeling that, hey, we got to 10,000 followers on the Twitter. I was stuck on 7K for a very long while, but Io has definitely pushed us over to the 5-digit follow club. So hey, you know what? Thank you guys so much for that. Like really wholeheartedly appreciate that. If you are not following me on Twitter, please follow me on Twitter. I'm trying to be more active on it. So hopefully it could be something that you do. I know I ask a lot of D&D questions. For example, I'm actually going to respond to this right now. We got 69 responses on this. Nice. This question is very relevant. This question is very relevant to future things. Smiley face. I have asked people, what is your favorite D&D class and why? And the reason why I have asked this, because I'm actually thinking about scrolling and reading and looking through what is everyone's favorite class, because I don't have an official announcement for it. I might be making a merch, either a t-shirt or a poster around that is relevant to Lil Rack and D&D classes that I think would be really freaking cool. Winky face. So go follow me on Twitter. Make sure that you all are responding with what your favorite class is. And there might be some cool things coming out of that. You know what I mean? That would be pretty freaking awesome. Go ahead and follow also our community over on the IO Discord. That's where everyone posts fan art, posts spoilers, and generally has just a good time and conversation about things as a whole. So make sure that you go ahead and check that out. Follow us there. If this is your first time in a IO campaign setting, welcome. This is a very high-end time to do it. But you can follow us and subscribe to the youtube.com/worldofio YouTube channel, where you'll all have at that point the opportunity to catch up on all the other campaigns, see where Astral Academy came from, maybe even watch Arcane Academy, which was our first campaign that started now almost approaching a year. We're almost reaching a year of IO. So this is a great time to catch up to see what the heck that's all about and find other campaigns they might be interested in. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So go ahead and subscribe today and give that a looky-loo. Give that a watch. Finally, I would like to thank everyone who subscribed today. Your Twitch subscriptions have made it very, like I said, very helpful for us to do that. Luna, I think I thanked you yesterday, Luna, but I guess you got the heads up again. That's fine. Thank you for the tier 1 sub for 46 months. Furious Furioso, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 32 months. I Wicked with a tier 1 sub for 4 months. Wait, hold on. No. This isn't you, Luna. I'm sorry. This is last night's shit. Where's my, hold on, guys. Hold on. There we go. It just didn't refresh. My apologies, everyone. Dramavian, thank you for the tier 3 sub for 7 months. T-Eor Onor, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, bud. Really do appreciate that. And Confused Gamer, thank you for the Prime sub for 6 months. You guys are great. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I am going to go ahead and wrap up today, especially since Tower and Asmodee are coming back. Yep. So once we wrap up the Cosmic Horror arc here, more than likely either in June or July, Eye of Asmodee and Tower of Archimedes will be coming back to reach their natural conclusions, since we haven't really got to focus on them for a little bit because of all the other things that were happening. I didn't really want to confuse the story up. So now, my friends, we will be able to continue that storyline, all of which involve the Shadow, Io Shadow specifically, which is going to become very, very relevant in the next act of Io, Winky Face. So stay tuned for that. And also I might do a couple of mini campaigns here and there with new talent as well, to prepare for phase 3 and practice some phase 3 stuff. Once everything wraps up there, phase 2 will reach its conclusion. We will enter into phase 3, which will be the next step and next evolution of Io, which I am extremely excited about. You all should be too. All right, guys, that's it for me now. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate y'all hanging out. You're free. I cast you into the void. I appreciate y'all very much. Very, 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 very much. And yep, I will see you guys tomorrow, 4 p.m. EST, the misdemeanor. I think we're going to continue. We wrapped it up so that the Serpent Smile encounters were going to end at that point. But since we are able to do another session before Cosmic Horror, I might rewind that a little bit so that we can finish the Serpent Smile and see what the conclusion of that would be. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I'll, of course, pitch it to everyone, but I think that's what we're going to do. 4 p.m. EST tomorrow, the misdemeanor, Hunters of Io, 7 p.m. EST next Saturday. And yeah, that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.